Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back. This is the week 8 update on the garden. I haven't done any work in a week. Literally. We had a whole lot of heat. We had a big heat wave come through, 90 plus degrees. I don't do well in the heat. We also had some other issues that we had to take care of, and I just never made it out into the garden this week. So the weeds are extra bad, let me tell you. But there is some new developments in the garden that I wanted to talk about today. Some good, some bad. I have decided on what I'm going to plant in the empty places that I mentioned in the last garden update. I also have discovered, there's only maybe one pansy. I did this whole row, the whole back of the tomato bed in the block holes. I direct seeded with pansy. There might be one, and I'm not even entirely sure that it's a pansy, but it could be. It's been several weeks, so I think they would have germinated if they were going to. I have had some slight success before direct seeding them, but even then only about half of them came up. This time was just terrible. So in the future, I think I'm just going to have to use the space inside to start pansies if I want pansies. Because at this point, if I tried to start more seeds now, I don't think they would have time to actually make a flower, because pansies take a good while to get going. In light of that, I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with those block holes. Since the tomatoes are getting bigger now, there's not a whole lot that's going to do well back there. And some of the things that would do well, I already have planted somewhere else, and I don't need more of those. A lot of other things are growing fine. I actually have all the marigolds now. I replanted the ones that didn't come up before, and I'm pretty sure every spot has at least one, sometimes two. I gotta thin some out. My cucumber, the Siamese cucumber, the last video I thought I might have one. Well, that one definitely is a cucumber. And I actually had a couple more come up. So I'm going to be good on the Siamese cucumber. The corn is getting big. Pumpkins are getting big. The watermelon's going a little slow. My beans are all up. Like, things are looking good. However, they're getting buried in weeds. So that is going to be my major goal for this week, is to try and get things weeded. And I never did get any mulch put down, so that makes it even worse. As for the empty places, other than where the pansy is, that I was going to try and figure out what I wanted to put in. Over here, there was the 3 mounds, and I had different types of watermelon. The 2 with the sugar baby watermelons, those came up fine. They're growing a little slow, but they're growing. The last one, though, the 3rd one, I had put a crimson sweet watermelon. They never came up. They're still not up, so I'm still going to put watermelon there. I'm going to put some Moon and Stars watermelon. We have the orange variety, which is pretty sweet, pretty tasty. A little bit bigger than the sugar babies. So it'll be on the end, so it'll have a little bit more space to grow out. So I think that'll work there. The Yamato cream watermelon that I had on the other side of the garden, only one came up. So I put 2 seeds in each mound, because I only had 4 seeds left. The one mound has 2 seeds growing just fine. Again, a little slow, but it's watermelon. But the other mound is open. I don't want to put another watermelon there, because I definitely need to isolate the Yamato cream seeds. So I think I'm going to put some more of the small compact bush type of cucumbers, like the ones I have in the end of this bed. I'm just going to put a couple over there and see how they do in that spot. It's not going to get a lot of water because it's far away from the hose. So we will see how they do. Now, in this little bed where I had the garlic, I have decided to go ahead and grow the purple hull peas. They are a type of southern pea, which is really a bean, but they call it a pea because you shell it like a pea, and they look like a pea, but they're actually a bean. So they don't like the cooler temperatures, they like the warmer temperatures. I grew some in this bed last year, but not the purple type. I grew the zipper cream, and they did pretty well there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the purple ones there this year. And on the purple trellis that goes across there, I'm going to put rattlesnake beans. They look really interesting. I've had the seeds, they were given to me a while back. I just have a handful of them, which will be a good size for this small trellis because it'll only be a few plants on each side, because I don't think they'll get long enough to fill the whole thing. They look really neat though. They're like green with purple stripes. I have never grown them before, but it'll be something new. But the most exciting development this week has been the peas. They are huge. The King Tuts have run out of trellising space, and they are loaded with pods. The sugar snaps are not as tall, but they are mostly staying above the potatoes, which was what I wanted, and they are putting on a lot of pods as well. I don't think those ones get as tall, if I remember correctly, so I wasn't expecting them to be as tall as the King Tuts. But I've already harvested a couple of those, and oh, they're so good. The King Tuts still have to fill out. They're not a snap pea. They're a shelling pea. The shells are pretty inedible on the King Tuts, but the peas are really good. So we're waiting for them to fill out, and they're so pretty. I also have my first flower starting on my runner beans, and I've got a lot of beans, and I really needed to up my bean game this year because I actually ran out of beans that I had in the house. We did eat a little bit more than usual, but I need to grow more beans. So I'm going to plant some more beans, actually, some more bush beans in the 12-foot bed where the first one I planted with the cool crops that mostly didn't come up. I apparently needed to water that more. I thought we had enough rain, but apparently we didn't. I'm going to replant the carrot area that has 4 sad little carrots growing in it, in a 4x4 area. I'm just gonna replant more carrots on top of it. The 4 that are there are not gonna block that much light, so I'm just gonna plant around those 4. After I weed it, of course, because it's terrible like everything else. I think that's all my bare spots. I'm still trying to germinate some more sweet peppers to fill that bed, and I'm still trying to get some of the perennials going. So we'll see what happens with those areas as the summer rolls on. But that's about it for today, so thanks for coming along with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. May the Father bless you. Shalom.